dad, what a great guy. He saves zebras. Also, he's gonna cut a little kid's brain out.
I won't let you take her.
Never mind, Joel shot her dad, and that's why she's evil now. But she's not evil because she loves Owen, but she doesn't give a fuck about Owen. She just wants to kill Joel. But look, she pets a doggy until she throws his ball over the fence. There are sympathetic things about her and horrible, repugnant things about her, and you just kind of sit on this moral teeter-totter. You fight this fucker zombie monster in the basement. You walk on a balancing beam between skyscrapers. You battle through this nightmare inferno. You end up going through so much stuff as Abby just to save these kids that eventually I went, damn.
After all we've been through. Everything that I've done. It can't be for nothing.
I'm Tommy from The Last of Us 2. I get shot in the temple by a magic bullet that performed surgery on me off screen. Does he really get shot in the head? Okay, I can explain this. Tommy is actually a character from Call of Duty Black Ops 4, where it takes 4 headshots to kill someone. Last of Us 2 is a game that takes itself super seriously, so when it makes goofy mistakes, they stick out like a sore thumb. The main thing that bothers me is how characters can now teleport. In the original game, it is a major pain in the ass to get anywhere. I mean, that was the whole plot of the game. And this one, right off the bat, Abby and her friends travel 900 miles through a zombie apocalypse to investigate a rumor of a guy that might be somewhere. Then Ellie teleports to Seattle, then she teleports to Wyoming, then she teleports to California. The story is designed to be this horrific train wreck, but it does lean on contrivance a little too hard. This makes me wonder if you played the first game. Whether or not you did, you still seem retarded. You misspelled retarded. A classic move. This game is just revenge bad, hammered over and over again. I really don't think this game or the original are about trying to hammer home some profound message. The fun of these games to me is trying to unravel and figure out these characters, and I feel like a lot of the best characterization in this game went completely unnoticed. When you're playing as Ellie, you have all of these flashbacks to Joel where we find out the Firefly incident is driving a wedge between them. Ellie starts drifting away from Joel more and more until she finds out what really happened and cuts ties with him entirely. So when Joel gets killed, it dawns on Ellie that she wasted those few remaining years she had left with Joel, ignoring and resenting him. Guilt. This is what drives Ellie's revenge story. Later at the farm, Tommy comes to visit Ellie. He is just this broken man, physically and mentally, with his brother's death weighing so heavily over him. He knows Ellie still wants revenge, and he desperately tries to guilt her into pursuing Abby again because he can't. This is such a sickening, disturbing, and powerful scene, acted and written to perfection. I do think Last of Us 2 is largely a condemnation of violence, but not in a cheesy, one-dimensional way. The game wants you to feel bad for what you've done, but it also wants to piss you off. It wants to fill you with hate and says, here you go, dude. Shoot these dickheads that killed Joel with a dynamite arrow. The Last of Us 2 is support the homosexual. That's why I'm not playing. So if anyone wants to jump over to my side, you cannot make the player feel guilt for their actions if they didn't have the ability to choose something other than violence. This is true. It's against the gamer rules to do this, just like how you can't be sad when Arthur Morgan dies because you didn't choose that. I don't disagree that you can make the player feel a more pronounced sense of guilt when it was a decision that they made. Yoga Jake talks about this a lot in his recent video. But I also think this dichotomy between the player and the character is one of the most interesting parts of this game. There are tons of games where the main character is just a vessel for the player, but here they have their own volition. When we start as Ellie, I am right there with her going, hell yeah, they killed Joel. Let's get these sons of bitches, and I shoot tons of people, and it's fun because shooting video games are fun. And as it goes, her mission gets more and more